Growing up, I was not the kind of kid that my dad would like to show off to his peers. I was a troublemaker and too energetic. As I got older and we became friends, I started to understand his values, beliefs, and vision. Although I regret not being able to participate as much as he liked me to back then, I would like to continue that going forward to carry on his legacy.
Don was like a father, uncle, godfather to me, particularly on the campaign trail. And he was always so positive and effervescent that people thought he was a relative of mine because no one else could be that positive all the time. And if there's a phrase that I think of from Don, it was this: no pictures unless you donate. There might be some other people watching this who've had him say that on your behalf. We'll treasure your memory always, Don. We'll miss you. You're smiling down on us from heaven, and we will do our best to live up to your memory. Love you, Don.
I'm Congressmember Judy Chu. I remember meeting Don's son decades ago, just as he was starting to get involved in Asian American empowerment. As an immigrant himself, I marveled at his ability to inspire other Chinese American immigrants to get involved and educated about the American political system. In fact, in one event, he invited me to be the keynote speaker for Chinese immigrant college students about the discriminatory Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882, and to tell how I got an apology from Congress for it. Over time, Don grew tremendously in his power and influence until his Asian American Forward PAC became one of the leading supporters of Asian American candidates. I will forever be grateful to Don for the way he gave back and helped the Asian American community become stronger and more visible. Don, I will miss you so much.
To all of you who knew and loved Don's son, I want to share a little bit about what Don meant to me. Don was an inspiration. His vision and optimism were just infectious. Don wanted San Jose to be the AI capital of the world. He wanted young people to start companies and create a better future. He wanted Asian Americans to run for office and our democracy to be more representative. We talked about these issues endlessly, and Don didn't just talk. He worked and hustled and organized to make them happen. You know, to me, that's Don's greatest legacy, is the vision and inspiration he's left us with. I'm committed to making his vision a reality, and while I'm sad that he won't be here to see that come to life, I know that his greatest contribution to our community is going to be that inspiration to all of us to continue the work and to build that better, more inclusive, more economically vibrant future that he dreamed of.
My name is Xiaoguang. I'm a good friend of Don's son. We met in the community and we share the same passion, try to get Asian American more involved in the politics. Don's son is very innovative, so through the work I work with him, I see he has a lot of good ideas. He not only he promotes the Asian American get vote to register, and also he get involved to try to run the office. So through the whole process, I know Don really have a passion to promote Asian American in the U.S. So we miss him.
Don and I had some very subtle relationship, meaning that whenever or whatever he needs something, he did not have to say too much about it, and I more or less know what his purpose was and what he wanted from me. So whenever we have a coffee break together, we just talk about that for a couple of minutes. Then we can actually pack our way, and he know what he wanted from me, and I know what I should do for him. There has been this kind of relationship between us for about a decade, and I really appreciate the kind of relationship we had for each other for such a long time.
Hi everyone, Evan Lowe here in our state capital here in Sacramento, and wanted to give brief pause to share in remembering the legacy and the laughs of Don Sun to the family, to our friends, and to our community. We remember Don and his laughs and being omnipresent and always helping people. No matter if you are a candidate for public office in Santa Clara County, in the state of California, or frankly in the country, I was looking at you, Andrew, he was always there. And that's the kind of character he has. So as we gather to remember the life and the service of Don, let us be reaffirmed in our commitment to continuing the legacy of service, and most importantly, the laughs of Don Sun.
And
thank you so much for letting me be a part of celebrating the life of Don Sun, somebody who all of us loved with all of our hearts. Don was funny, creative, energetic, open. He did so much to connect people to each other and to try to make the world a better place through politics. Don, you will be so missed, and I am so grateful that you helped so many of us become better people and the world become a better place. You will be missed.
In November last year, I took a flight from New York City to San Francisco for China Institute's first ever golf tournament organized by Don and other meetings on the West Coast. Don came to the airport to pick me up. It was close to 10 o'clock at night, and Don said, let's go get some food. I said, Don, it's kind of late, I don't know about that. And he said, no, I'm hungry, I want to eat something. So we went to this restaurant. I ended up ordering a cheeseburger, and Don ordered a glass of juice. And I told him, now I know why you're a thing and I keep putting on weight. So that's the only time I saw Don under-delivered. Every other time, whether it's China Institute golf tournament or Hoover Salon or our Blue Collar Gala, every time Don always over-delivered. And we're gonna miss Don sorely. Rest in peace, Don.
Hi, I'm Yan Zhao, Mayor of City of Saratoga. I have known Don Sun for almost 30 years. We first met when we were both involved with Silicon Valley Chinese Engineer Association. I remember he, at the time, was running for the president of Silicon Valley Chinese Engineering Association.
I'm always going to remember Don by his actions. He helped so many of us in our community work, whether it be Rotary Club, to our political campaigns, to just always being someone who was down to get lunch at the last minute. That's how I'm going to remember Don the most, someone who readily volunteers his time and effort to help move the community forward. He helped on so many political campaigns, which is one of his big passions, from running for school board himself to being a trusted senior advisor on a presidential campaign. He was sought after, and one of the most important attributes about him was his authenticity with everything that he was involved in. That's how I'll best remember Don.
Don has always treated me like his own daughter. He loved listening to the stories of me and my dad and joking about how lucky he was that he wasn't my real dad. But joking aside, he was always there to show love and support to me as a father figure, no matter what I wanted to do. He and I shared a special bond because of our similar background from Beijing, and we embraced the same passion and belief for helping people and the communities. While there are many things he had taught me, there are also many he hasn't. I can only carry his words in my heart to move forward, to follow his footsteps and build upon his legacy.
Hello friends and family, this is Kaylee. To me, Don is an old brother in a close family. He's always positive and energetic. I've been working with him for the past 7 years, usually as a donor to his campaigns and as an MC to his events. I know this is a sad moment for every one of us, but I want to share with you that in the last few days of his life, Don told me he has no regrets. He pursued his dream in politics. He supported as many Asian Americans as possible. So I hope that we can all be united to carry his legacy forward and to continue to support Asian Americans in politics. Thank you very much.
Hi, Don. I've never met somebody like you who is liked by everyone, full of energy all the time, always have the community in mind, helping each other and helping everybody. May God bless you in heaven.
Hi, my name is Eileen Kao, and I'm former mayor of Saratoga. Xiaoguang and I came to know each other because of the activities that he believed in. And I always know that he said he support underdogs.
Don and I teamed up for successful fundraisers in New York and Boston, supporting a number of Asian American candidates, including Andrew Yang for the president and the mayor of New York City. Don was dedicated to expanding the donor network from California to New York and beyond. Sadly, this momentum just hit a pause.
First knew Don was when I tried to invite him come to North Carolina to speak at our kickoff event. I had no idea how he would react to my request because he was famous and we were new. Not many people have heard of us at that time. But after learning what we do, his first words were like, "I'm honored. Thank you for inviting me." I was really impressed by how humble he was and how big of a heart he had. Thank you, Don. Your friends in North Carolina miss you. We love you.
Hello, this is Xiaoguang saying goodbye to a good friend, Don Sun. I want to tell everybody that you have lived a very useful life. You have given your community and your friends a lot of service, and we really miss you, and we want to make sure that everybody know that you live a spectacular life.
Don, we used to work together in Seattle, USA. You are such a free spirit and believe in what the American dreams. As when we first met Andrew Yang, before anybody know him, you just fall in love and want to put all you got and promote this diverse in leadership, inclusive in participation. Don.
I'd like to have Jim Walker come up. He wanted to say a few words, and I hope that some of you have a chance to share your remembrances of Don after the meeting.
Hi, I'm Jim Walker. I'm a golfer. I'm very pleased to say that Don was my friend, my golfing partner. And what I do when we lose a member like this, I oftentimes make a contribution to craft in memory of our lost member. And so I've already done it for Don, and I would invite anyone else who would like to do that in the future. It makes everybody feel better. Thank you.
He was very eager and quick learner. And everything we did, whether it was in community service or any other avenue of service, he would sit back and watch for a while. He'd ask a few questions, and then he would jump in and make something happen. I got to talk with him quite a bit as he went through his tea import business and helped them all to be servants. And so the last years of his life, as I got to know him and APAPA, I realized that that was his gift, his destiny, and he certainly fulfilled it. And I'm so thankful to call Don.
Next up is Diana Ding.
I know Don Sun in 2022 years when I was the radio host in Xinjiang radio station, and he sponsored the show and talking about the book. And he's a person that truly has a free soul, is relatively indifferent in material world, and realistic. That's what I call him. And he's always pursuing the spiritual life. I know him, he encouraged me when I first joined the Rotary in 2011. He encouraged me to do the Cupertino Rotary Lunar New Year program. And he used to work together with me to do that for the first few years. You can see him, he's very simple, he did a lot of things in his life. He used to be an insurance agent, and he has a tea company and selling wine, also published a magazine. So I said, well, it's for me, freedom is more important. I need freedom to really do things I'm passionate about. So that is done, seems unrealistic, but always pursue his passion and his dream. You can tell that every year on the Lunar New Year, he wears the same clothes. Almost every year the same clothes, he never changed. He lived a very simple life. He will be remembered forever. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Diana. Okay. I think Richard's back up again.
I am.
Wow, look at this mic piling up. Thank you.
Don was a wonderful guy. He was always happy. He always cheered me up. He did also take my money playing golf. And that's where we had most of our fun. But you should know he also served our community. He was, for 8 years, he was a planning commissioner at Cupertino. And I was the mayor part of that time. And he was a great planning commissioner and worked hard at it and led the planning commission as a good planning commission chair should. So it was great there. He was also on the board of directors of our Cupertino Rotary. So Don served our community every day. And he was a wonderful guy. And we just played golf last November. I'm going to miss him terribly because he's just always bright in my head. So, to Don.